Hey guys, and welcome back. Today I want to give you guys a quick review on the Ramada Hotel in Niagara Falls, Ontario. I created a rating system which I'll show you guys at the end. Let's get into it. So the first category is price. Now after a quick Google search, you can see that the prices per night range between $65 to $80 Canadian. They will give you an IHOP card worth $15, which is a nice little incentive, but keep in mind that at the end you'll see a lot of little extra fees. So for the price, I gave them a total of 3 out of 5 stars. Next category is going to be parking. So as you can see from the video, there's a lot of parking spots available, and there is an entrance in both the front and the back of the building. Now keep in mind there is a $20 charge per night that you're there, and they do increase that price over the weekend. So for parking, I gave it a total score of 2 out of 5 stars. The next category now is going to be customer service. So since I arrived there, I can say that the staff communication and responsiveness was great. I have no complaints. So for customer service, I gave them a score of 4 out of 5 stars. Next, let's talk about security and safety. So during the day and night, I had no problem walking around. I felt safe. There is 24-hour front desk service. I didn't see any security guards, but I may have just missed it. When you get to your room, you have a card that you have to insert, which will allow you access to the room. And once you're inside, from the back of the door, you're going to have a 2-lock system, so one underneath the handle and one above to latch and close. So for security and safety, I gave it a total of 4 out of 5 stars. Next, I want to talk to you guys about the room comfort and the view. So the first thing is the Wi-Fi that they provided. It was very weak in the room. I had to go back to the 5G network. In terms of the bed was fairly big and it was comfortable. I had a good night's sleep on there. The window view, across the street I had the view of another hotel plus the Skylon Tower. They did offer this room that had the addition of the balcony where you can go and stand outside if you want some fresh air, which was a nice addition. Now the decor in this room was fairly outdated and you had a smaller, older TV. There was a storage, but again there is no lock here and there's no mini fridge. The ceiling you can see already had some wear and tear where the paint was already starting to peel, and a lot of locations where you had the wallpaper that was also starting to tear and rip apart. They did provide in the room bottles of water and coffee, but if I did drink any of those bottles, I was looking at $3.50 Canadian. Outside the room there was an ice maker, but of course it was out of order. So for the room comfort and view, I gave it a total of 2 out of 5 stars. Now the next category is the bathroom. So the bathroom itself, it was quite small. You can see a lot of the older decor in here as well, but a lot of it kind of stemmed in from the original room, so I didn't expect much here anyways. The one thing I did notice though is the bathtub was really dirty, as you can see. Wallpaper again was kind of detaching from the wall and separating, and you had a lot of that same kind of paint peeling from the ceiling. Now the bathtub, like I said, had this dark grime at the bottom. I tried to clean it, but it wouldn't come out, so I think that's just kind of stuck on there. Now there was a not so good repair done to the shower head, as you can see, and the head itself was extremely dirty. Now I tried out the water pressure on the sink, and you can see the water pressure wasn't that great, and in order to get the hot and the cold water, it took a little bit of time. So I tried a couple of times, I got the same result, but in terms of the draining of the water, it seemed okay. So, I mean, it wasn't terrible. In terms of the bath water pressure was better, and it was quicker at getting to the temperatures that you wanted. Everything seemed to be working. The shower head did have okay pressure as well, but as you can see, the shower head itself has these modes if you twist the head. But when I try to do that myself, that thing just kind of fell apart in my hands, so I left it as it was, tightened it back up again, and just left it. So for the bathroom, I gave it a total of 1 out of 5 stars. Next, I want to talk about the cleanliness of the hotel. So they do offer daily cleaning of the rooms. The lobby, elevators, and hallways look clean. and the replacement of the towels and soaps were always on time. So for that, I gave them a total of 3 out of 5 stars. Next, we have the amenities. So one thing I have to say is I could not find the fitness center. I looked everywhere, I just couldn't find it, so I moved on to the pool just because I knew where that one was. So in terms of the pool, when you get there, it looks okay at first sight, but upon further inspection, you'll start seeing the walls. They have a lot of wear and tear as well, so a lot of paint is peeling off, paint is hanging from the ceilings. There's a lot of moisture on the walls. You'll start to see a lot of tears and cracks. And the one thing I found kind of odd is, it's a fairly big pool, but they only carry about 4 or 5 towels at a time. But there is a phone there if you need to call for more towels. Now, around the rim of the pool itself, it was pretty dirty, and a lot of the metal parts like the stairs, they had a lot of kind of grime at the bottom. Now, for the arcade, there was a lot of games that you could play. About 50% of them don't work, which was unfortunate. But if you do have children and you wanted to keep them entertained for some time, you can come down here and there are some games that are working. So in terms of the amenities, I gave them a total score of 2 out of 5 stars. So the last category is the location of the hotel. So there are a lot of hotels that are closer to the falls, but the specific location for this hotel, you're looking at about an 11-minute walk if you wanted to walk down to the casino. If you wanted to take a walk down to the Skylon Tower, it's about 9 minutes, and I believe these two are probably the 2 closest attractions to the hotel. And then if you wanted to kind of go on the Skylon Tower, I did go up there during the night. It was very misty, but again, the weather wasn't that great during my 2 days there. But I would recommend either going during the day, or if you do go during the night, just make sure the weather is permitting, because you can get some really great shots day or night. And there is parking down below, which is great as well if you want to drive. Now, most people would probably want to go to Clifton Hill. Clifton Hill is going to be about a 15 to 20 minute walk, and again, weather is permitting. Just make sure you check that before you go out on your walk. And of course, if you want to go down to the Horseshoe Falls, it's about a 22-minute walk, so it's quite a ways. But you can actually drive your vehicle closer down to the falls. There are parking spots down there, and I believe right behind the Oaks Hotel there is like a little train or tram that kind of goes down the hill. But either of those options are good if you want to go down there. Again, weather permitting, if you want to walk, you're looking at about a 22-minute walk to get down to the falls. Now, I know the view is iconic, and this is probably the place where most people want to go, so just keep that into consideration when you book your rooms. So in terms of the location to the attractions, I gave it a 1 out of 5 stars. So overall, once I added everything together, I gave it a total of 2.5 stars. And as I promised, here is a sheet that gives you the breakdown of how I rated the hotel. So that brings us to the end of this video, guys. I hope it was informative and you like what you saw. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you on the next one.